Hello. Hello. Hi. Hello. How is everybody tonight? Welcome to Bare Bones Kitchen. If you have bare essentials or bare knowledge, allow me to inspire you to create something delicious for you, your family, your friends, whomever. I don't really care. I don't judge. Cheers, y'all. Now, if you missed Monday Morsels, we did mirepoix, and mirepoix is simply a mix of onions, carrots, and celery. That's what we did. It was easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I was like, what do I want to make with this? Because you can do many things with it. You can do stocks, sauces, soups. You can throw it in your meatloaf to make it more moist. I know some of you are going to be like, ooh, don't use the word moist, gross. But, you know, it's very versatile. It adds a lot of good flavor. It adds a lot of good color because of the carrots. And, yeah. So, I actually went with, I'm going to go with, not went with. I'm going to go with some rice and my mirepoix and some stock that I've had in my freezer, and just make a nice rice pilaf. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to be very quick and easy because it's got a simmer, and I didn't want to make you guys wait for the whole simmer time. So, and I'm also down a light. My second light decided that it wanted to die on me. So, here we are. Here we are. This is what you got. So, if you can't see me, I'm sorry. Not sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Alright, I have my pan on a medium high. You know, I'm rocking the 8 just like always. I'm going to add a little bit of oil. I'm not a fan, but I'm using some vegetable oil. Please forgive the kitty in the background. She decided to try to escape today to chase after a squirrel, and now she wants the squirrel. So that's what she's mowing about. She wants that damn squirrel. Yeah, enough. Nobody wants to hear you. That's what I thought you'd do. She just walked away. Just walked away. It's the kind of power I have. Just kidding. Hi, Nick. How are you? Does everybody have lots of fun Easter plans this weekend? Are you rocking some family time, some church time, some egg hunting time? I'm rocking some sister time this weekend. That's what I'm doing. Right, so I did add some oil and I added a little bit of butter. Oh, Nick's making some BLTs. I do love a good BLT. Eric will eat a BLT. Of course, Eric will eat a BLT. Of course he will, because there's bacon in the BLT. Remember, you've got a 2-to-1 ratio with your mirepoix. I'm just kind of digging in my bowl to pull out some of these onions, and we've got some carrots, and some of this stuff is not very well cut up because I did lots of different cuts on Monday. So if you missed Monday, then you might want to go back and watch it because we did a few different cuts. I'm going to have to break some of these apart. I already cut some of the carrots. It looks like I missed a few though. Just getting busy, getting busy. I thought I got all of them on the top. I guess I was wrong. It's never really a good idea to reach into your pan when it's hot. I'm just going to throw it out there. Hi, Jen. I am going to make some rice pilaf with our mirepoix from Monday. That is what I'm making. All right. What do I want to use? How about I'll use this one? So some of these chunks are a little bit bigger than I would like. For a typical rice pilaf, I would go much smaller. So we do much more of a small dice as opposed to a medium or a large dice on this. But I'm just using what we did on Monday. So we still have a nice blend, a nice mix. It looks pretty. Get my salt out. My salt that Miss Gail saved me with, because I was all out of my fresh ground salt. Go with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and of course my Weber's, because it's kind of my jam. It's kind of how I feel. And we're just kind of browning these guys. We don't have to caramelize them. It's totally okay to not caramelize them. And I know, you guys, you're going to actually see me measure something. Ooh. That does not happen very often with me. But when you're doing a pilaf, you want to make sure you get your portions right. So remember that a rice is always going to be a 2-to-1 ratio. So 2 cups of liquid to 1 cup of rice. Or, you know, you got to do your variations. So if you're cooking for a lot of people, or a little bit of people, you're going to want to adjust. So 1/2 cup of rice is going to be, you know, a whole cup of water. And we're just trying to make this stuff, let me use my words, we're just trying to make this stuff soft. We don't need to caramelize it. We don't need it to get a little bit brown. We just want it to get it soft. And again, these are much bigger chunks than I would normally do, but because we were just practicing a few knife cuts, I was like, eh, whatever. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. A little bit of oil in that pan, a little bit of butter, because, you know, butter is flavor. Fat is flavor, period, but some fats have way better flavor than other fats, so I like to add some butter to it. And you could totally add any vegetables you want to this. When you're getting towards the end, if you want to throw in a cup of spinach or a handful of spinach or whatever, you could totally do that. You could add a protein in there if you wanted to do little beef chunks or pork chunks or chicken chunks or whatever. You could absolutely do that. Not a problem. Because you are the cook at that point. You can do what you want. Do what you want. Just trying to kind of chop up some of these larger pieces here. I think we're all right. Okay, I'm gonna use my. Do I put almonds? Not typically. I don't typically put almonds in my pilaf. You absolutely can. I would recommend, if you're going to do that you do that towards the end, just because you want them to stay kind of crunchy. You don't want them to soak up a lot of liquids. So I'm doing 1 cup of rice, which means we're going to do 2 cups of liquid. And again, you can use water. I happen to have a little bit of I think this is maybe turkey. I don't know. I'm not very good at labeling stuff. Shocker, right? Turkey broth. I'm just going to add a little bit more, just because I feel like I need to. Zane says, Mom, what are you making tonight? I tell him, and he goes, oh, so like rice soup? And I go, no, not rice soup. That freaking kid, I swear. That kid. And then I'm just incorporating all of that rice and all of that liquid all together. And then we're just going to let it do its thing for a few minutes. We'll cover it. And then you just let it sit for like 20 minutes, you guys. 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Just until your rice is nice and tender. Now, the difference between the pilaf and if you are doing a risotto, your rice is going to be different. For a pilaf, you're just going to use whatever rice you have on hand. If you have brown rice, rice is going, fuck, I can't use my words. I'm sorry, you guys. brown rice is going to require a little bit more liquid, okay? I would probably do a 1/4 cup more liquid per what you've got going on. If you're doing a risotto, you're going to need arborio rice, and you're just going to add that liquid in a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, until your rice is nice and plump and fluffy and delicious. And yeah, sometimes, yes, your brown rice is going to require a little bit more time. But maybe 10 minutes. I don't know. I've always just done rice the same way every time, but I just know that rice that's brown requires a little bit more liquid and sometimes a little bit more time, because it still is a little bit crunchy. It's got a little bit more bite back for you, and it is what it is. You're gonna have to play around with it. I am not an exact science person, in case y'all didn't realize. I do have my lid though. That's way too freaking small. It's the whole freaking set. I don't understand. Why do people make the sets if they aren't gonna fit? Will this bad boy fit? Well, let me get one of my Misfit lids. Ah, there we go. Misfit lid works. Look at that. All right, so I'm just gonna let this chill for about 15-20 minutes, and I will take a picture of it as soon as it's done. But yes, brown rice does tend to require a little bit more liquid, a little bit more time, and yeah. Arborio rice, if you're gonna do that other thing, the risotto, it's gonna be a little bit more of a process. I think we've done risotto on the show before, and it definitely takes a little bit more time, a little bit more arm work, because you're always working that liquid into the rice in order to get it nice and fluffy. So this is a nice, easy peasy shortcut that you can just dump it all in the pan, whether you've got your vegetables and your proteins all in one shot, or if you are rocking some almonds in it. You could totally rock almonds in it, but I would wait till the end, because otherwise your almonds are going to be kind of soggy, and you don't want that because you want the crunch. Or you could just skip the almonds until you're ready to plate it and then put them right on top, and it makes it really crunchy, and you're good. You're good. That's it. All right, y'all, that's what I have for you tonight. Again, I will take a picture as soon as it's done. Cheers to you all. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate everything that you all do for me. It has been amazing and lovely. And keep sharing the love. Keep showing up. Y'all keep showing up. So do I. So I will see you all. Let's see. We got no Suck It Up Saturday this weekend. We've got Suck It Up Saturday next weekend. So I'll see you all on Monday. And at some point, I'm just one person and I work a full-time job. I will get those YouTube videos updated. I promise you. All right, y'all. See you later.